Welcome back to the table. Today we're talking about getting to work, either for the first time, fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, or maybe changing gears in your career. Carla Lane owns and operates the largest minority and woman-owned staffing agency in the Southwest, based in Houston. And joining the conversation is Cedric Gordon. He stumbled upon a career in construction after a series of life curveballs. Sounds familiar, right? Happens to all of us.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the show, Cedric.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about, first of all, what do you do for a living?
So I'm a sheet metal foreman.
And what is that for folks who don't know?
For the local 85. So basically what I do is I go to the job site. It's a part of HVAC. So
Okay.
if you ever watch the old movies where, you know, the guys are crawling through the vents and all that good stuff.
That's you?
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's you. I'm crawling through the ceiling.
I've been in it.
Okay.
You know, I have a picture. Oh man.
That's right. That's good. No, that's good. But that's not what you sort of grew up thinking you were going to be, right? You liked to bake.
Yes.
So tell me more. You thought you were going to be a baker.
Yes. Okay. So growing up, you know, it was a point of time where we lived with my grandma.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she would always cook, and then every now and then she, you know, we'll bake. And then when my mom taught us how to cook, you know, I used to try and get my brothers, and I'd say, hey, well, look, if you cook on my night, you know, I'll go ahead and bake your favorite cake, you know, so.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I always wanted to open up a bakery.
So you go to high school, but things change. Tell me what happened that changed your plans of becoming a baker.
Well, my birthday was late. So I was already a year behind in school. Okay. Then when I moved here to Atlanta, I didn't drop out. When I moved here to Atlanta, I got held back in the 5th grade. So that put me two years behind school. And then I ended up finding out I had a baby boy on the way. Okay. And I was in 11th grade.
11th grade.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure, right? Junior in high school with a baby on the way, and here you are, senior year, with a beautiful baby boy on your hip, right? And it seems like, though, that's also sometimes what allows us to focus, right? Is that what happened to you, learning, okay, I've got a baby, I've got someone I got to take care of now?
Yes, ma'am. So at that time, when I found out he was on the way, I told myself if I had to work 2 fast food jobs to make sure he had a roof over his head, that's what I was going to do. And then I ended up getting a job at my mom's job. You know, that's what put me in the construction industry. So I didn't have any GED, any high school diploma or anything like that.
Which I imagine made things a lot harder, right?
It did.
So what did you do? And for folks who are watching and find themselves in this situation, or maybe they have just been in it for a while and they're trying to shift, what did you do to shift and get sort of to the next level of your career? Well,
first thing I did was I went ahead and got my GED. Got my GED.
How did that feel? Can I ask you when you finished that program?
Well, it felt good. You know, it was a little bit of a stress reliever because it felt like now I can do anything, right? So, you know, I was happy about that. And then I ended up getting into sheet metal. I actually stumbled into it. Okay. You know, I never once thought like, oh, that's what I want to do.
Right.
You know, but I went in for the interview, got it. I got the job, and the guy, he gave me a hard hat. He was like, here you go. Well, I did that for 5 years, and that was considered non-union. Okay. Then I ended up getting.
There you are. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I saw a leg in a long metal something. So that was you making your way through. I want to just pause you right here and Carla bring you in. There it is. That's you. Where are we?
I'm inside of a grease duct. So we was doing a light test.
I appreciate the work that you do. That's hard work. Carla, I want to bring you in here because one of the things Cedric talked about was going back and getting the GED. How important is it just sometimes to make sure that if it's not a GED, that you get the training that you need, either it's specialized training or going back to school, right, to sort of taking your career to the next level and admitting this is what really needs to happen.
Right. I think one of the things that completion shows employers is that you will start and finish something. You know, there is power in that. And just like you said, it made you feel really good about yourself because it changes your disposition when you go in there to interview. Yeah. And an interview is basically, they're trying to see who who you are and how you're going to fit. And so getting that GED shows the world and shows yourself that you are capable of starting and finishing, and that you are capable of retaining. There are all those things that come with it. And so there's power there.
And I've heard some people used to say, oh no, they're going to look at me, some type of way because I have a GED and not the high school diploma. But that's not the case,
that's
right?
Not the
to your
case.
point, it shows that you did finish, that you did take a second chance on yourself.
And I think also the world has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And people understand that life happens. And in just talking to him and hearing his story, this is somebody you want on your team, because not only does he have a sense of responsibility for his child and his family, but also he thought about, this is what I need to do to have the life that I want. And you want those change makers in your organization. So there's power in that. And I think that's the great thing about starting and finishing something. It kind of turns on a light inside of you.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of the change makers, having health benefits.
Yes.
Having, a 401k, the things that so many things that, that sometimes can elude us, especially young men and frankly, young Black men, right? Is that part of the conversation you have with folks about making sure it's not just about how much you make in an hour, but being able to have more for your family?
Yeah, so I typically talk to a lot of younger guys, younger women as well. And I tell them all the benefits that we have to offer. We got 401k, pension, retirement. We get health benefits, vision, vacation funds, and things of that nature.
The whole nine. The things that we all, it's a part of this American
the things
dream.
that you need to have a full life.
Yeah.
Because our employment is supposed to finance our life. That's why we go to work, to have a great life.
Yeah, exactly. Not just the job, but the career. What's that?
The best thing about it is not a dime come out of my pocket.
That is the best thing. I love that part.
That's beautiful.
That's the goal. I love it. All right, stand by. Up next, Carla is going to talk to us about how job seekers can dominate the job market. Good tips for all of us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.